So what's going on, guys? Lorenzo, as you know, and we have a special guest speaker on the call tonight, coming all the way from Vegas to Fallon, Nevada. And real quick, we had this team call so we can plug in our newest people around the campfire on what it is that we do, Wolf Ventures, and to get them plugged into the newest people, the most active people that are running this business out here in the field. And I'm honored to have one of my good friends, one of my newest good friends, that's going to come speak to you guys real quick on his experience, on what he's done in such a short amount of time with this vehicle. And when I first met this dude, I didn't know who he was. Came out legit from the cuts. Came out of nowhere because I knew his upline mentor, Dave, and he's been around us for a little bit, but he's a person of a big heart. He has a heart to serve, and he's really ambitious. At 22 years old, he knows exactly where he's going with this thing, and it's kind of like, it reminds me of me, like when I started this when I was 19. He started this about a year ago, and he's literally killing this deal. A little bit about him, man. I don't want to take away from his thunder, but he hit senior rep, which is what we call the second level residual income, earned up to $500 a month in the first 2 months of his business, of starting his business. And he waived his fees within the first day, within the first 24 hours of him starting this business. So I don't know about you guys, but he's going to tell his story about how big his why is. I'm sure, no matter what it is or how you start this business, as long as you have a deep desire, a big enough why, you'll get this thing done. So you're going to hear from this young man killing it in this game. He's a senior rep right now on the cusp of director, and he's going to share his story. So my boy Aaron Rogers, are you on the call? My boy, I see you. Yeah, man, so just tell me your story real quick, bro. How you got involved, your background, and before you saw WV.
All right. So hi guys, my name's Aaron Rogers. I'm 22 years old. I was born in Fallon, Nevada, the town I live in right now. Small little town, an hour away from Reno. I've been in WV for about 7 months now, but before WV, I was in this place called Panasonic. It's a place that we create the batteries for Teslas. I was an equipment technician out there making $38 an hour at 21 years old. I was the one creating the machines that would inject the electrolyte inside the batteries, that battery acid inside the batteries. That's what I was doing. But so I had my mentor, well, my upline, my sponsor, went up to me and asked me, he was like, "Hey man, you like to travel?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I do." And then I sat down with him after a long day of work, and then he showed me this, and I went halfway through the presentation, and I signed right up instantly. So from that day, the next day, I had 16 people go to a travel party. I had 16 of my closest friends go to a travel party, and 8 of them signed up that same day. Then 2 months later, I hit the second level of residual income in the company, senior rep. Within the first month, I put 32 people in, personally sponsored 32 people. And I've been doing this since then.
Awesome, brother. So yeah, guys, what it is, all it really is putting in that work. So for you, bro, like as far as like your influence goes and your leadership, like you got off to a fast start. How do you determine who to work and build with when you're going through the numbers, going through the people, when you're
Yeah, so the people that I really determine who to work with are the fired up individuals, whether they're on my pay leg, my inside, or my team leg. It doesn't matter which side, because you still have to build that line to 1,000 and 3,000. It does not matter. It's all about long-term goal. That's what we all get teach is long-term, not short-term. So I go work with the people that are just fired up individuals, honestly. But I look for the people that are coachable, teachable, the people that want to build their business also just as much as I do.
Awesome, bro. So as you're building this, and I know you're coming from being 21, 22 years old, do you come across any issues as far as reaching out to said older people, like in another generation. When you talk to them, how do you kind of approach that? Because I know as far as our team goes, we have a lot of young people on our team, and if there's anything that that helps you out as far as you building your business on that from that perspective.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I kind of sometimes I have a business, like for the business aspect, when people older than me, I approach those people, they're like, I always think like, they look at me like, I'm 21 years old, I'm 22 years old. What am I going to tell them that they don't already know? But I walk up to them with the posture that I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about because I do. I did all that research. I did everything that they're going to find. I already knew it all. And I had every single rebuttal to every single problem that they had. It's just the way that you answer it and how you answer it. You have to know your stuff.
Awesome, bro. I agree 100%. It's all about the posture. It's all about not knowing everything, but obviously, when you guys are reaching out to older people, you always can get a third party validation, get somebody upline from you. You know people's stories who are related to you or related to that person you want to prospect. You can find someone's story and have them on a three-way call so that they can pretty much validate, everything that you're saying, because with this business, guys, it's not all about you. It's all about who you know. And if you can use other people's stories in this business, you can leverage off of other people's, background, career paths, and their success in the company. So, so yeah, bro, awesome. So what has been like the biggest challenge or challenges for you in this business, lately or in the beginning or wherever it may be? Like, how did you overcome it if you did have any challenges?
All right. So in the beginning, it was all nice and dandy, like it always is. But then in leadership, everyone knows that in leadership, it rises and falls. You're gonna go so far, then you're gonna hit a lid. Within that lid, my first lid was myself. I had to get past myself, my own self-defeating beliefs, um, my own personal development. I needed that personal development to grow me into the better leader, to let people know that to let them know where I'm going and how I'm going to get there. Whether they're going to follow me or not, I'm still going to go there, but it's just when and there.
Dope, man. So, so when you're starting someone new, I know I was texting you earlier. You're using that Rapid Funnel app or whatever system that Dave put you guys on. Especially of lately. I mean, not including the Dream Giver card. What have you guys been doing to kind of plug them in through any type of new process or new getting started right per se? Is there anything that you guys do differently than a lot of other people?
So yeah, we've been using our Rapid Funnel app. We've been going on that 24 the Power Hour app that they've been doing. But right after we get someone started, we get them the quick start training, the fast start. We just get them their names list mainly. That's what we need to do. We have to go get them a win in 24 hours. It's a score in 24. But then after that, we have a weekly meeting every Wednesday at a local coffee shop that we go to, and so we can get the training there. And then we plug them into Zoom calls that we have. Like right now, there's a leadership Zoom call that we're doing right now as we're doing on this one too. So that's on. I have a Zoom call every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday that I have to be on at 9 o'clock all those nights. But we do the book reading, so we tell them to go get this book if they want it. If they want to develop their business into something that they can live off of. We just show them the way that we did it, honestly.
Awesome, bro. That's what's up. And so, regarding about what you just said as far as books and reading and being around the campfire, how important is it? How important is personal development and then creating that environment for success for the new people or for the people that are already in? How does that impact you, and then how does that impact your team?
So in all reality, you need that personal development. Without personal development, you're not going to hit those ranks unless somehow you get that lucky person, that unicorn, so they say. But for the personal development, honestly, it's inside those books. Like I'm going on a 90-day run. It started today. I have to show 10 people every single day. I have to get at least one person signed up before I can go home. I have to read 10 pages every single day of personal development, whether it's from the Bible or not, or it has to be some pages of personal development book. And then on top of that, I also have to pray 3 times a day. It's just we set goals and we have to hit those goals, because if you don't hit those goals, you're not a failure. Just you have to readjust your goals to where you hit them.
That's awesome, brother. And you know, we're on that one of those leadership calls too. The biggest thing that Terry always talks about is, you know, leading yourself. And obviously, if you've been in this business for a little bit or even a little while, you know, it's easy to get complacent. It's easy to do to not do the easy things like, you know, reading 10 pages a day or listening to audios every single day. And when you get out of that, when you get away from that, you know, that campfire, because, you know, obviously we grew up, we were designed to lose, but we were designed to win, but we're programmed to lose in this society. And what we need to do is displace all of those bad programming in our minds. So when you get away from that programming, like, cause like you have to have a renewed mind. I'm sure you have already. Is maybe when people first start this, you know, they're not like, oh, I don't want to read, I don't want to like listen to audio, and it's kind of icky to them. But over time, honestly, what I feel like is when people get tired of being tired and they're just over it, like how Marcus had said this weekend, that they're gonna want to yearn for those pages. They want to yearn for it to be close to God. They want to yearn for those audios. So, you know, that's a really cool point, bro. So, yeah, speaking of, you know, we just came back from Vegas. I know you were there. You just got home like, you know, a couple hours ago, since you're already around town. So how have events? I mean, you've been to like, I don't know how many you've been to. You can tell them. How have events impacted your life and your business, and why are they so important to attend? And, you know, pretty much tell them why it's like super, super vital, because I know it is. And a lot of them on here, it was their first time at an event. So the next event is coming up as well.
So these events are basically the people that you can't reach to, that won't listen to you. So like my best friend, Taylor, I got him signed up in the business. He won't listen to me. I dragged him to his first event. When I dragged him to that event, it opened up a whole new, they said that one word. That one word opened up a whole new story for him to go right. It's these events, honestly, if I could sit here and talk hours about these events are just absolutely amazing. If you haven't been to one, I highly suggest you go to our next one, because we have some amazing trainers going to it on December 7th, RTE. These trainers know what they're doing. They're our trainers for a reason. They just don't put anyone up there. Marcus Aseta is the best trainer of them all. He just doesn't send anyone to go do his work. He sends the best of the best. But without these events, this company wouldn't have made it this far, honestly. These events are tragic for our business. We need these events to have that success that we want to get to, that we all dream of. These events make it happen. I've been to 3 major events. Actually, my first event was United of this year. I joined March 7th, by the way. It was like 3 weeks later, I went to United, then I went to boot camp. I've never missed an event. That's one of our key things to do, is never miss an event and never quit.
Awesome. So you're going to be at that December 7th RTE in San Jose, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. I'll also be there with 20 new blood, so new people that just recently signed up. It's actually back there on my whiteboard. That's my 90-day run math right there.
Yeah, so as far as like someone who wants to do this on a serious note, or even someone who wants to do this on a part-time note, what are some, like, you know, kind of like that, a whiteboard, like what are some like key things that you must have, you feel like, to, you know, pretty much map out your success, whether it be a whiteboard, vision board, or affirmations? Like, what are your rituals or habits that you do, being, you know, you've hit senior rep in a short amount of time and you're on the cusp of being a director, you're going to become that rank pretty soon here. What does it take to have that type of mentality or mindset, and what it is that you do in your daily life, whether it be routines or in your room, or, you know?
What I do, honestly, so I map out where I want to go. So I'm a numbers person. So it takes 90 by 90. So that's if they're all platinum reps, technically that's 45 by 45 people on each side. So but I'm doing the numbers for marketing director, because I'll be walking as a marketing director in Momentum. You guys heard this. Everyone heard this on one of our leadership calls. I'll be walking marketing director. I'm skipping director, going straight to marketing director. That's my goal. But the way I do it, I list the numbers out on it and I just play the numbers backwards. I just plug the numbers in. But with these affirmations, you have to let yourself know to step out of your comfort zone for it to get more comfortable. So I tell myself it's okay to get uncomfortable because you're just making yourself comfortable. I'm a great leader. I'm doing this all the day, and I make a new list every 3 days. So I go down the list. Like over there's a focus board that's laminated. I have 30 names that I will be showing. I will be reaching out to tomorrow. Just a message to go show them. My minimum is 10 people a day, but I'm going to shoot for 30 a day, honestly. But the mindset, you have to have that driven mindset. You have to be willing to go do this, honestly. But you do this for 3 months. That's why it's a 90-day run. You do it for 3 months. You're going to get in a habit of doing it. When you get into a habit of doing it, it just becomes more natural for everyone.
Dope. We'll be on that stage with you, bro. Get
Nice.
it. Yeah, man. So you kind of answered it a little bit, but as far as your team goes, like for your team as of right now, for your your activity looking like on your run to marketing director, and for those of you guys on here who don't know what a marketing director is pretty much the rank after director. On average, they make $5,000 a month, and most people get to walk away from their jobs at marketing director if you choose to. So with that, it's about 400 people on your team in lineage, and that's pretty a significant rank, and that's what we're gunning for right now, especially with what's happening right now with that Dream Giver card. I'll talk about that a little bit later afterwards, but yeah. So how many people are like actively building with you as far as like they're doing presentations without you? What does that look like for you right now as a senior rep going on to the next levels?
Well, at the moment, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 3 people on my inside and 3 people on my team lead building without me that do not need me, but it makes it easier when I'm around because I'm a approachable person. I'm able to tell them and help them through this stuff that I've been through. But it looks like definitely because I have this 3x3 right there, I'm gonna be hitting that marketing director because I had 6 people from my personal team be at the event down in View. It was some of them was their first events, and they already have 4 people signed up tonight. They signed up tonight. It was ridiculous. And I'm just getting my phone's blowing up right now from our call, and they're just like, boom, here's another one, here's another one. It just these people are amazing, and I wouldn't be here without these people.
That's awesome, bro. That's what it's all about. And so as you guys can notice, when you're doing this business, not about you putting all the work by yourself. When you get to a place where pretty much where Aaron is, you got to help people win, and so that you can win. So he has people on his team that are working without him, so that not just so he can rank up, so that they can rank up. And obviously he has a system. He has a great relationship with these people, and he's helping them get what they want out of his business. So that pretty much that's the beauty of our business system. Everybody gets to win when you help other people. So we're pretty much kind of wrapping it up for a little bit. So what are some things that, as far as like maybe books or audios that you recommend to maybe your new people or somebody that you feel like would want more out of this business? What would you recommend them to read if you're reading something right now? Like, what are some of those things that you would probably recommend to someone?
My first book I read was the 21 Irrefutable Laws by John Maxwell. That's going to teach you like the leader caps. Like there's different levels of leadership, what leadership level you are. It's going to teach you how to break lids. It's telling you the laws of the leadership so you know what they are, so you can go inhabit those. I'm reading Power of Five by John Maxwell. Just came out. 4 months ago, Nick? Something like that. But we're reading that right now in one of our calls, and it's amazing. But some of the things I would recommend, though, definitely is listen to audios. Matt Morris is my idol. He's the #1 incomer in World Ventures. If I want to learn from somebody, it's going to be the best, the person making the most money inside the company. So right before this call, I was listening to Overcoming Objectives, every single objective. Besides that, it just stay in the game, stay around the campfire, and just go win this game. Go win it. It's just a game. It's a numbers game.
Oh, yeah. So are you right now, Aaron? Are you building? I was talking about in the beginning. You said you used to work for a software company. Are you building this business part time or full time right now?
I'm building this business full time at the moment, so because when I was working at Panasonic, I put in so many hours so I could step away from the job. So I built that income where was able to. This house I'm sitting in right now, I own it. I own my own car. I'm not a big payment type of person, so I paid everything off. So a financial person I am, but so I was able to step away from a job because I have low income bills. But so right over here, this is like what I'm scheduling my week for right now. So right now, tomorrow Tuesday, I have to message all these people right here on my focus board.
Nice.
But so that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I just haven't written it down yet because I've only been here for like an hour. But tier 1, I have my tiers down and when I'm gonna hit them and stuff like that. This is my 90-day run plan. I have a team of 104 right now. We need 400 to hit marketing director, and I have 90 days to do it. So I divide 90 by 400, and that's 4 signups a day. So that's 2 platinum reps. Well, technically 3. So 10 exposures equals 2 signups a day. And then that's just me personally. That's not my team. That's just me. Then I have to duplicate that. Right here's the team, my teammates that are building right now. And then the RTE, my devotion, everything like that. Just everything right here.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
So touching back to what you were saying, Aaron, we're just kind of repeating what he just said. Aaron just said, it's funny because I've never heard this before from somebody of doing this type of thing. He worked overtime at his job enough so that he can be in World Ventures full time as a senior rep, going on, director and MD, so that he can have enough money so he can go on this 90-day run. That is crazy. Most people who join this business, they do this business on a part-time basis. And, they find difficulty in, doing this part-time in spare time. And like they obviously they always want to do World Ventures full-time, make a full-time income, but they don't know how to sacrifice, that type of, put in that type of commitment. And obviously I feel you on that, Aaron, because, we pretty much do the same thing. We live below our means. We've been liquidating, and for you own your own house, you own your own car, and I mean, if you have the means to do that, that's what's up. And I was saying earlier, what an entrepreneur really is you have to live below your means, because if you're living within your means, even literally slightly above it, all the extra money from within or above, you can reinvest into your business. And I'm sure, Aaron, you're doing that right now. So, I mean, that's you, but people on your team that are building with you, how do you handle and how do you cater to, casting vision to somebody that's doing this part or spare time? And how do you maximize their time when they do give that spare or part time when you are with them?
So mainly, so I have my backpack that's back there. It's full of notes of all my teammates I have. It's basically tells me what their work schedule is and what days and what times they are free. Actually made them write 2 copies of their list, so I have a copy of their list too. So they basically I'm setting them up for their own success. I can do third-party calls for them. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but so I can call them saying, hey, your so-and-so friend invited me to call you because you're a sharp individual. They wanted me to show something to you because you're the smartest person that they know. And then they're like, oh, really? Then they're all flattered. So then I just go and show them for them and they get the sign up. And this is a real means of leverage. I'm legit working for them all the time because I want them to build their business just as much as I want them to build my business also.
That's dope, bro. So when they're making their list and you have a copy of the list, obviously you have the names of 20 or more, right? And then the phone numbers of the 20 or more list, right?
Yeah. Actually, so my first list I made is it's a list of 542 people. That's people that know me by the first name basis. That's just here in my small little town. That's not outside of Fallon, and that's from Reno and everything. It's just from Fallon. But all the other people, I help set them up for how much hours that they want to put in. So if they can put me 2 hours in a week, that's 2 times that we can get in for a week for them. And I still put them there 2 hours a week. But then I go and help their two people that they just signed up to see what their goals are inside this business. Also, what they want to get out of it, how fast they want to get out of it, and everything like that. I'm so gracious for my team also because Ricky, Dave, they all help me out with all this also.
That's dope. Yeah, man. That's a lot of value right there. That's crazy, dude. You are literally doing this fully fledged because you're intentional. And as you'll see, we obviously live in a world where there's 98 percenters, which is the average people who work jobs and stuff. And then the 2 percenters who, pretty much own businesses or people who are investors and whatnot. It's a different mindset and it's a different strategy. It's a different approach when you're being compared to an entrepreneur and to an employee. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. We'll see Aaron on stage on the next RTE.
Aaron, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate you a lot, bro.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. It was a great pleasure. And if you guys want me to do this again, just let me know.
Yeah, and definitely in the future we'll have you back on, and we'll all be in touch again soon.
All right.
You're the man. Appreciate you, Aaron.
Yeah, let's see if Lorenzo can finish.
Peace.